Large drilling projects come with a wide variety of safety concerns. Concerns that must be kept in mind to ensure that structures are built effectively and personnel are never put in harm's way. It's that care we take with us into the field each and every day that keeps projects on track and, more importantly, keeps you safe until it's time to head home. And to ensure that always happens, there are rules we need to live by in drilling operations. Your first step is to locate your drill site and confirm its structure number and current one-call ticket. Then, survey the area for any potential underground or overhead obstacles, including suspected locations of utilities. Check the soil conditions near the job setup to ensure adequate ground stability. Keep in mind, a proper job briefing or job task safety analysis must be completed before drilling any holes in order to identify and mitigate any hazards and solidify the roles and responsibilities of all crew members, including those in need of fall protection. If any conditions or job activities change, a new job task safety analysis must be completed. All appropriate PPE must be worn at all times while on the job site. At a minimum, each employee should have a hard hat, safety glasses, gloves, and boots. Employees working in and around the drilling area must wear fall protection. It is required that all PPE be inspected by the user prior to each use. Before using the drill rig and all associated equipment at the drill location, you must perform and document all corresponding equipment inspections. When it comes to job site setup, it's important to always be aware of the swing radius of the drill rig, the correct method for creating proper access for the drill rig operator and crew, and how to set up effective work area warning devices. Always secure the drill site prior to beginning operations by setting up a warning line system around the swing radius of the drill rig. And, to ensure that everyone in the area is aware that this is an active work site, employees should either wear high visibility clothing or a minimum of Class 2 reflective vests at all times. Before it reaches 6 feet of depth, you must create a restricted access zone around the hole, using a guardrail system, cones, or other restrictive equipment. For holes greater than 48 inches, the restricted access zone can only be established by using a guardrail system, constructed a minimum of 6 feet from the edge of the hole. A warning sign must also be placed at the entrance of the restricted access zone, noting job site hazards and the need for protective fall equipment. That means that anyone who crosses into the restricted access zone must wear a full-body harness and tie his or herself off to a suitable anchorage with a self-retracting lifeline. In addition, signage should be placed at the entrance of the job site as a warning to everyone who comes in contact with the site, highlighting the work being done and its related hazards. It's important to regularly take depth measurements during the drilling process, which means having to enter the restricted access zone while wearing your full-body harness and staying tied to a suitable anchorage using a self-retracting lifeline at all times. Before measurements are taken, you also need to ensure that ground conditions have been checked out and that extra footing has been added where needed. Keep in mind, you may only enter the restricted access zone if you are authorized to do so. If at any time the hole being drilled needs to be left unattended or is no longer under construction, you must cover it properly with a structure that can hold twice the weight of employees, equipment, and materials that may be placed on it at any time. The hole must then be labeled either hole or cover before guardrails can be removed from the site. As part of our best practice procedures for drill sites, all employees must be properly trained in a number of related fields, like how to properly set up a warning line system, inspection of fall protection and full-body harness equipment, as well as when and how to use it. That goes along with knowing what constitutes a proper anchorage point and when more than one is needed. And when it comes to self-retracting lifeline equipment, you must know how to use, care for, and inspect it, as well as when and why it needs to be used. To help others from injuring themselves around the drill site, you must also know how to correctly set up a restricted access zone, institute entry limitations or requirements, and employ applicable rescue procedures. The care you take in securing your worksite helps to not only create effective drilling operations, it also ensures that you are always able to go home each day to those that depend on you the most.